What's up, Wolfpack fam? It's your boy Kid back at it again. Hope you're doing well. Continue our journey of Dad's Army with the crew. You know what to do. Just hang tight. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta be the bearer of bad news. Snacks is not included, damn it. Bring your own. Thanks for overall just accompanying me and watching. You know, thank you for watching, all that good stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Absolutely free to do. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a beat. Let's get this journey started. Let's get it. Snacks not included. Let's freaking go.
Goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Try and keep still, Jones, will you? Now, tonight, Captain Mannering is going to be a little bit late, so he's asked me to take charge of the training program.
Well, can we fall out and have a bit of a smoke while we're waiting in, Sarge?
Yeah, no, I'd rather you didn't, if you don't mind.
No, all right.
Tonight, Captain Mannering was going to do a little stalking. That is to say, how to creep up on an enemy sentry in the dark.
Here, you want to get old Taffy to do that? He's the biggest creeper of the lot.
No, just try and settle down, would you please?
Come off, Joe. But it me interested to know that I'm an expert stalker. In fact, at one time I was considered one of the finest stalkers in the Highlands.
You're quite a little chatterbox in the lowlands and all.
All right. Now, we want somebody to creep up on.
Permission to speak, sir?
Yes.
I should like to volunteer to be the person you creep up on.
Now, you're volunteering, Jones. You know, I think we ought to get somebody else to take the enemy sentry's part.
Well, I should like that. I'd like to take the enemy sentry's part.
No, please, Jones, please. I think we ought to give some of the others a chance sometimes. Now, Godfrey, you can be the enemy sentry, right? Now, you'll need something to sit on.
Oh, I'd like to volunteer to be something you sit on.
No.
Jesus, bro.
Now, would you go and get that chair from Mr. Mannering's office, Godfrey, please? Right, now, Fraser, you seem to know rather more about this than most of us, so perhaps you could, put us in the picture.
I'll do that, Sergeant. Now then, pay attention, everybody. Now then, you approach your quarry from behind, and you always keep downwind of him.
Why'd you do that, Mr. Fraser?
So he doesn't get your scent.
But, Jock, humans don't smell humans.
You're not standing where I am, mate.
Dirty once! Pay attention!
Nice.
So now then, watch me, and I'll give you a demonstration. Stand back. Now,
Damn.
I'm creeping up on an enemy sentry at night. Now you'll notice the way I lift my feet up and put them down very carefully. It's most important to watch where you're putting your feet.
Especially if you're walking through a field of cows.
Walker, please.
As I was saying, you have to be careful where you put your feet. You might step on a dry twig and then snap. The enemy sentry would be at your throat in a minute.
Hey, what's your game? You gone raving mad or something?
It's all right, Joe. Just always remember, though, to watch where you're putting your feet.
I will.
All right, Godfrey, thank you very much. Just bring it on, will you? Just put it down here. That's it. Now sit down. Now, I'd like somebody to volunteer to blindfold him.
I should like to do that. I'd like to blindfold Mr. Godfrey.
No need to get so fussed about it
Will
all.
you keep leaving me out of everything?
All right, but then just do it, will you? And having done it, just spin him round, will you?
Yeah, right, there we are.
And he was ready.
This reminds me, when I was a child, a game I used to play with my sisters. We called Putting the Tail on the Donkey, I think it was.
Yeah, I remember. That was a good game. They don't play games like that anymore. And do you remember Postman's Knock and Kiss in the Ring? And then we used to play sardines.
I don't think I like sardines.
Didn't you? He didn't like sardines.
No, it's all right. Thank you very much. Now, when you all spread out, please. And when I blow the whistle, I want you to all creep up on Godfrey and give him a little surprise. Now, Godfrey, if you hear anything, I want you to turn round, point your finger, and pretend to shoot. Okay? Well, I think you better have a try. Just spin round, will you? All right, there we go. All right? Pop.
Is that all right, Sergeant?
Well, no, it wasn't quite, but still, I suppose it'll have to do. Right, now, are you all ready now? Right? Here we go.
We've arrived, Mr. Godfrey.
And he took a
Come on,
nap.
Godfrey, come on, come along now.
Oh, dear, I must have dropped off.
Fucking hell.
Because I was in the dark. I've had rather a tiring day waiting at the clinic.
Yes, I'm sure you have. Well, I think perhaps you ought to try it all over again, and this time I'll be the sentry, all right? Oh, my.
I'll have the whistle.
Yes,
I'll
all
have
right.
the
Well, just
whistle.
a minute, just for heaven's sake. You're strangling me.
Yes, all right, all right.
All right.
I'll blindfold you.
Yes, but
see.
if you'll blindfold me, I'll be very grateful. I find that sort of thing very difficult to do on my own. Thank you. Now, is everybody ready?
Yes, ready, right.
All right, as quick as you can.
Ready, there we
Thank
are.
you.
Now, inside. Ready to go?
All right.
Right. Everybody ready?
Right.
Bang.
Got
All
him.
right, Sergeant, I know I'm dead.
Lord, I'm so sorry, sir. I do beg your pardon. I thought you were the platoon.
Really? Didn't realise I was as heavy-footed as all that. I'd like to see you in the office, please, straight away. It's rather important.
All right, sir, I'll be there. Will you carry on, please, Jones?
Right, right. I will now. I'm taking the chair this time. I'm taking the chair this time.
Hey,
Right.
let's go and have a cup of tea. That's the best idea you've had tonight. Come on.
Let's go.
Right, everybody ready? Right, let's go.
Shut the door, Wilson, please.
Oh, sorry, sir, yes.
Will you just read this letter?
Yes, sir. It's addressed to you, sir.
I know it is. Read it.
It's from Godfrey, it's funny. Why should he be writing you a letter, sir?
We'll find out.
Dear sir, it is with much regret that I must tender to you my resignation. Owing to personal reasons, I feel that I can no longer remain as a member of the platoon. Therefore, I must ask you to accept my 2 weeks' notice as from the end of the week. I remain, dear sir, your obedient servant, Charles Godfrey. That's a pity. We're going to miss him.
What do you mean we're going to miss him? Can't just leave like that.
Well, I mean, I don't see we've got anything to stop him, sir. He's given you 2 weeks' notice.
This is war, Wilson, not Sainsbury's. Ask him to come in here and explain himself.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Just have a look at that rota.
Hilarious.
Monday, number 1 section on patrol, gasworks, railway bridge, telephone exchange. 22:50, Godfrey puts on kettle. 22:58, Godfrey makes tea, ready for return of patrol at 2300 hours. Tuesday, number 3 section, patrol to Novelty Rock Emporium. Godfrey leaves here 23:30, arrives at Novelty Rock Emporium 23:50, makes tea, ready for arrival of patrol 2400 hours. Oh, no, I couldn't let him go. He's far too valuable.
It's the T-Man.
You wanted to speak to me, sir?
Yes, I did, Godfrey. Sit down, will you, please?
Thank you.
Don't go, Wilson. I may need you.
All right.
Now, Godfrey, what's the meaning of this letter?
I'm afraid it means that I've got to leave, sir.
You mean you're feeling a little too old for active service now?
No, not really.
What then?
Well, the other morning I got up a little earlier than usual. Mind you, I'm usually up about 7:30 because I make the early morning tea. And then I take a cup to my sisters. You know, until recently, we've had some very good tea from the Army Navy stores, but now it's so short ration that we have to put up with almost anything we can get.
I quite agree with you, my dear fellow. The stuff we're getting now is absolutely terrible. I mean, all those terrible little sort of fluffs of tea floating about at the top. It's really
Wilson,
isn't it?
do you mind?
I beg your pardon. Sorry.
Godfrey, what has this got to do with your leaving?
Oh, I'm just coming to that. Now, where was I?
I think you were just about to make the early morning tea.
Oh, yes. Well, I went to the larder to get the milk. And then I saw something that made me realize I just couldn't possibly carry on any longer.
What on earth was that?
A mouse.
Mouse?
Yes. You see, there was a great big pudding basin empty in the larder, and this mouse had fallen into it and was running round and round inside, trying to get out. Of course, I knew I ought to kill it because we were infested by mice. So I managed to grab hold of it, and then, as I held it in my hand, I felt its little heart beating under the fur, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
What did you do?
Well, I took it to the garden and let it go.
Godfrey, I'm still not clear as to what this has to do with your leaving the platoon.
But don't you see, sir? If I couldn't bring myself to kill that mouse, how could I possibly kill a German?
Well, you should have thought of that before you joined the Home Guard.
Yes, but when the Home Guard started, things were so desperate. I thought it'd be different to last time.
Well, things are still desperate, Godfrey. Nazis could invade us at any moment. We need every man we can lay our hands on. What do you mean, different from last time?
The last war, sir. You see, I was a conscientious objector.
Oh, I see. Yeah. You were what?
A conscientious objector.
A conscience? You mean you didn't want to fight?
Well, not really, sir.
No. I can't believe this, Godfrey. I just can't believe it. I think you'd better go home.
Very good, sir. You mean you don't want me to do anything more for you tonight?
No, I don't think you'll get to. Just go.
Yes. I'm terribly sorry about this, Captain Marion. I've enjoyed so much being with you all. I can only hope that my service has given every satisfaction.
Get out.
And this is tough.
So, don't you think, sir, you're being a little bit harsh?
Harsh? Harsh, Wilson?
Yes.
I find we've been harbouring a damn conch in our midst, and you say I'm being harsh?
Well, a man must follow his own inclination, sir.
Where would the country be if we all felt like that, eh? Okay. Supposing you just finished work at the bank.
Yes.
You decided to go and have tea with Mrs. Pike. When you arrived there, you found some Nazi stormtrooper forcing his attentions on her. How would you feel then, eh?
Oh, really, sir?
That strikes home, doesn't it? That cuts to the bone.
That's rather an old-fashioned argument, don't you think, sir?
Say I'm old-fashioned. I can't stand cranks. Do you imagine a man not wanting to fight? It isn't normal.
Well, what are you going to do about him, sir?
You know what I'd like to do with him?
What's that?
I'd like to give him the Rogue's March.
Rogue's March?
Used to do that in the British Army, you know, years ago. If a man was a coward or brought disgrace on his regiment, they used to parade him in front of the men, take the gold braid from his hat, strip off his epaulets, tear down his medals, break his sword in half.
You'd hardly be able to do that to Godfrey, sir. He's only wearing a suit of denim.
Yes, all right. Get the men on parade.
Well, what are you going to say to them, sir?
I'm going to tell them the truth. I may not be able to tear his epaulets off physically, but by God, I can do it verbally.
I'm nobody.
I ain't never seen him this pissed.
Boy, Jonesy, what's the idea of this parade, then? I mean, what's the big mystery?
All I know is Mr. Manning said we've got to come on parade. I think he's going to make a special announcement or... Here. Where's Godfrey?
He went home about half an hour ago. As he was going out, I said, "Where are you going, Mr. Godfrey?" But he didn't answer. I think he had tears in his eyes.
Ah, he's as soft as a cream puff. If I was a man in his shoes, by God, I'd give him something to cry about.
Up in the ears, everybody. All right, platoon. Come on, Jones. Platoon. 10, shot!
Steady, ease.
Jesus, Jonesy.
Now, pay attention. In the 14 months that we've been together, we've had to...
You're gonna whoop that ass.
In the 14 months that we've been together, we've had to put up with many trials and tribulations. What is it, Warden?
You're going to be long.
I don't know. I've got something important to say to the men. I don't...
Damn, Warden.
So I was saying, we've had to put up...
No respect.
Put up with many trials and tribulations.
What's Napoleon going on about then?
He's got something very important to say to the men.
Why is he standing on a box?
Well, I don't know.
Is that the only way you can get the men to look up to him?
Yes. Shh.
Long hours on duty.
Look,
Lots
don't
of sleep.
shush me, mate. I haven't got all day.
Doing our
I've been coming
ordinary
out here
work
to ask you
during the
about
day.
the civil defence exercise on
Our
Saturday
home
afternoon.
Just have to wait, that's all.
In our spare time.
We'll soon see about that.
But always preparing for the constant threat of invasion, which is just across the channel. Now, we've always given of our services quite freely, not looking for any reward.
This some petty shit.
Any reward which we may have could only come from some higher authority. Up above.
Oh, shit.
If you haven't known.
There was a brave old Scotchman at the Battle of Waterloo. The wind blew up his petticoats and showed his... Mr. Fraser, have a nice patrol.
For your information, son, the word is Scotsman. Scotch is something you can drink. But for the life of me, I can't understand why you English are so obsessed with what we wear under the kilt.
Cool. Blimey, it's an half chilly out tonight.
Good old Pikey. I see you made some tea. There's a good boy.
Oh, listen to that wind. So,
Mine shot.
good job you're not wearing your kilt, Taffy. Otherwise, you might feel a bit drafty around the
It's
old...
a good job you're not going to mention the word kilt again, Joe. Otherwise, you might feel a wee bit drafty up your nose with my fist
No,
there.
I'm sorry I spoke.
Yeah,
Whoa, what did you put in this tea, Pikey?
Oh, don't you like it?
Well, it's not as good as what Mr. Godfrey makes.
That's it! Didn't mention that name to me, cold sakes. To think we've had a conch in our ranks all this time without knowing it.
What's going to happen to him, Mr. Jones?
Mr. Mandarin's going to keep him in platoon till he can make a replacement for him.
It's a disgrace. A downright disgrace.
My mum says men ought to be men. I heard her telling me Uncle Arthur that last night.
I feel a bit sorry for the old boy. I reckon he's a nice old bloke. What do you reckon, Jonesy?
I don't know. I've been a soldier all my life. I don't know anything about conscience objections. Ours is not the reason why. Ours is but to do or die. I remember when I was on the northwest frontier.
Northwest frontier of where?
Golders Green.
Northwest frontier, India, my boy. India. We're surrounded by thousands of Pathans.
Oh, those black men with turbans.
No, not black. They're same colour as you, Pikey.
Do you mean they're green?
No. On about. Anyway, they got cruel faces and hawk-like noses and cruel little beady eyes.
Hey, just like Taffy here.
Yeah. Come to think of it, old Taffy is a bit like a Pathan, isn't he?
Get here talking balderdash. I'm a Scotsman born and bred.
Yeah, maybe his old man had a bicycle.
Now, let me get on with it. Let me get on. Anyway, we were surrounded by thousands of Pathans.
Hey, Jonesy.
Yeah.
Are they the ones that don't like it up 'em?
Oh, shut
Oh, what a goofball.
It's too late to make the tea.
I didn't think you were coming, Mr. Godfrey. I've already made it.
Suddenly there's an awfully queer smell around here. Come on, boys, it's time we're getting back in patrol.
I brought some upside-down cakes. My sister made them specially. Would anyone like it?
It's very nice of you, Mr. No, thanks. I'm not very hungry, Mr. Godfrey.
Thank you very much, Mr. Godfrey. I'll have that one.
Come on.
What's she do that for?
It's a blue world without you. It's a...
Oh, I shouldn't put any more rags on there, Bill. You know what an old fuss-pot Mandarin is.
Here, hope this smoke test isn't too much for Mr. Rogers.
Oh, don't you worry about that. They're dead keen. Besides, I should keep my eye on them. We don't want them coming out looking like a lot of kippers, do we? Oh, blimey, here comes Napoleon.
Oh! All right, just fall out, will you?
Afternoon, Mr. Hodges. Afternoon. We're ready for you. Thank you very much. Right, gather round. Now, this afternoon, we're going to do rescuing an unconscious person from a burning building. Now, this hut here is full of smoke. We've been burning damp rags on this stove here. The smoke goes through this pipe here into the hut here. Now, when you get inside the hut, you'll find a lot of sacks filled with straw. Now, these sacks represent the bodies. Now, when you get inside, you take hold of one of these and you go out through the flap on the other side here, take the body up the ladder and go over the wall.
Yeah, aye. What about all that smoke then? I mean, we're going to be suffocated.
Not if you do it properly, you won't. I'll just show you. Right.
Let us pray.
You trying to be funny?
Oh, shit.
Right, now what you do is this. You get your nose flat on the floor like so. There we are. Closing your mouth. Now, is that quite clear?
Yeah, stick it up right here. I don't know.
Whatever you do, do not take your nose off the floor. And you go along like this.
You can tell by the shape of his nose he's been practicing.
But Mr. Speaker, supposing your nose is longer than 2 inches.
For your information, Corporal, my nose is not longer than 2 inches.
He didn't mean your nose. I mean, not your actual nose. He was talking about a sort of a hypothetical nose.
Oh, no, I didn't mean Mr. Manringer got one of those. No, I didn't mean that, did I? No,
What was it
yes,
then?
sir. Well, I don't know what he meant by it.
Mr. Hodges?
Yes?
Is the floor of the hut made out of wood?
Yes, it is. Why?
Well, my mum would object bitterly if I were to push my nose along the floor and get a splinter in it.
Damn sissy.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that, lad. No, don't think anything more of it. If you like, I'll put a bloody carpet down for you!
Warden. You should swear at my men.
Well, enough to make anybody swear. Here am I trying to give a serious lecture, and all they can do is argue about the shape of their noses. You don't realise how lucky you are to be allowed to go through a smoke-filled hut. A lot of people give the right arm just to go through a smoke-filled hut.
I'm doing. You prick.
Now, this is a very dangerous operation, so please watch very carefully. My colleague here will go round to the other side of the hut and count you off as you come through. If one of you don't appear, I shall nip in quick and get you out, OK?
Right, round the other side, then.
That's very nice.
Right, off you go, Bill, and don't forget, there's 17 to come through.
Righto, Mr. Rogers.
I shall go through first. Not asking my men to do anything that I can't do.
Do you think that's wise, sir?
Wilson. Just get the rest of the platoon ready to come through.
All right, yeah.
Shut it, Wilson.
Number one coming through, Bill!
Righto, Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Speak, Sergeant, can I be the next one to go through that smoky hole?
Yes, off you go, Jonesy.
Right,
Do as you
thank
can.
you, sir.
There you are.
Thank you.
Lift this up. There you are.
Permission to apologise, sir.
Just what do you mean by coming back? You've ruined all my counting.
Never mind that. There's not enough smoke in there.
Cancel that first one. Billy's come back again. Hooligan.
Corporal,
smoke.
sir.
Start leading the men through.
Right, sir. Come on, then. Right over here.
What do you think you're doing? You're putting all those on you. Maniac, you'll asphyxiate them.
A job's worth doing. It's worth doing well.
How'd they go, Nick? All right, Mr. Coming through. Right, come on, Zach. That's it. Come on. Come on. Good, lummy. Come on, you'll have to do it quicker than that. That's it. Right, up you go, lad.
Hey, yo.
That's it. What we got coming through here?
Pass first.
What's your game?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Hey, what are you going back for?
Well, I forgot my little straw man. Just a minute. Yeah. Never tangle with an old butcher.
You tell him, brother.
Oh, what are you playing at?
I've got a splinter in my damn nose.
Oh, get over that, laddie, you Scotsman.
yeah.
Go on, and you, come on. Lot of sissies, go on.
That's
Come on with you.
5 more to go, Mr. Rogers.
5 more to go.
Here, there's much more smoke in there than usual.
Well, of course, it's that Captain Mannering, the raving maniac. He's putting more rags on the stone. Right, come on now, hurry up.
Would you do me a favour?
What's that?
Just clear out.
That's very nice, isn't
Right,
it?
through you go, Pike. You next, Walker. Put that cigarette out. No smoking in there. Now, Godfrey, you're not going to get out of this one.
I'm not trying to get out of it, sir.
Jolly well like to, wouldn't you? Off you go. Remember, I'll be right behind you. None of your damn concy tricks here.
Oh, blum, it's that one with the scarf. Come on, young'un.
Where to now?
Over the ladder. Come on, up the wall there.
This is
Come
crazy.
on, you. Oh, come.
My man.
Blimey. That's only 2 more to come, isn't it?
That's right, Mr. Hodges.
You go over the wall now. I'll stop here, all right?
Right you are.
OK. What we got here, then? Oh, he looks like Ben Gunn. No more, Grandpa. That's it, all right. Where's Captain Mannering?
He's just behind me.
Oh, well, he's fireproof. He's all right. Look, I'll tell you what. I'm going over the wall now. You wait there for the captain, all right? Right.
You all right, Captain Mannering? Mr. Hodges, Captain Mannering hasn't come through yet. Mr. Hodges. All right, Captain Mannering, I'm coming.
What a gangster. What a G.
Yes, he'll be as right as rain in a day or two, Miss Godfrey. See that he gets plenty of rest.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. Will it be all right for Mr. Mannering to come in now?
Oh, yes, of course. Goodbye.
Thank you,
so much.
Doctor.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. My brother will see you now, Mr. Mannering.
Thank you.
Godfrey, I'm
Feeling better?
very much better.
Jesus.
There's some nice strengthening sweetbreads for you, Mr. Godfrey.
I brought you a bottle of whiskey, son.
Wow, big bottle.
Proud of tea.
From the Army and Navy?
No, I got it from a mate of mine in the Air Force.
Well, sir, aren't you going to thank him for saving your life?
Yes, of course I am.
Give the officer a bit of room.
Yeah,
Move back. I'm a bit back of room.
That's better.
Well, Godfrey, I may have said 1 or 2 harsh things to you in the past. I'd just like you to know that deep down, we're all very, very... What's that photograph of you in uniform?
Oh, that was the last war, sir.
Just a minute. You're wearing the military medal.
Yes, that's right.
But you told us that you were that you were a conscientious objector.
Oh, so I was.
Well, how could you win the MM?
Well, he volunteered to join the medical corps. And during the Battle of the Somme, he went out into no man's land under heavy fire and saved several lives.
Oh, no, it wasn't as heavy as all that. You know,
Yes.
Well, I'm sure we're all very sorry to set upon you in very strong judgment, Mr. Godfrey.
Speaking for myself, I never doubted you for a single minute.
You bastard.
Perhaps Godfrey could be our future medical orderly.
What a good idea, Wilson. Thank you. Yes. Well, from now on, you're appointed to be medical orderly to the platoon. Take up your duties as soon as you feel fit. Huh?
Thank you very much.
No, I mustn't tire him anymore. Off you go.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Lovely.
All right,
Get along, quick as you can now.
All right. Goodbye. Bye.
One thing I still don't understand, Godfrey.
Oh, what's that?
Why have you never worn your medals?
Well, it seemed rather ostentatious.
Ostentatious. Well, if I'd won the MM, I should have been so proud that I would have worn it on my chest for the whole world to see.
Well, that would have been all right, sir, because you look like a hero.
Well, it just shows, so you can't always go by appearances.
No.
What a dick. My man Wilson slaying freaking Mannering time in and time out. It's like that saying, don't judge a book by its cover. We've seen it in BGT, you know, Susan Boyle performance, etc., etc. This was a dope one. We got to talk about it. Thank you if you made it far. Godfrey the hero. What a man. What a legend. And also the T-Man. Hold on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, to me, this episode was definitely a roller coaster of emotions. Definitely a lot of highs and lows. Feeling sad, happy, moved, et cetera, at the end there. Beautiful moments all around. I think Walker had some amazing lines and amazing interactions. He definitely is one of the goofballs of the crew. And being that he's younger too, he's much younger than a lot of a lot of the crew besides, my man's Pike and shit. So a couple things to note. Frazier got his, a deserved splinter because he was calling my man Pike a sissy. And ladies and gentlemen, he got a little karma action there before he came out of that shit, got the freaking splinter. So definitely Frazier deserved that shit. And he is always that guy. To me personally, he's definitely the dude that will turn like on you the quickest. Because man, the way that interaction had with Godfrey, and we'll talk in a second on it with the tea business and shit. Yeah, he's always been that guy, man. Even when back in the day, he was the one. He was the only guy. Remember when that scenario happened, and Frazier was the dude that wrote like essentially, bad with Mannering and shit like that. So he feels to me like, yeah, obviously he's a great character. He's funny. His interactions with Walker, especially when they were kind of making fun of him with the kilt thing and, feeling the draft, the breeze. And then this guy goes up to Walker like, I'm going to make you feel a draft breeze in a minute there. So great interactions there. Frazier's crazy. But yeah, to me, he feels like he turned on you in a quickness. And that is not a good trait right there. As he's done it before. So definitely an interesting character on the show. My man Godfrey saving the day. What a gentleman and a scholar. Just fantastic character that we've grown to appreciate, over the course of a few series. He's been great. So for him to be a hero, there was no one else to help Mannering. One of our bravest soldiers. We always do like that Mannering is like Jones in the sense he will put himself first to test out. He wouldn't ask anything that he wouldn't do. So we give Mannering his props there. Jones we love because he's always volunteering. It don't matter what it is, potential seat for Godfrey, whatever. He's like, I'll volunteer, permission to volunteer. So we always love that about him. He's always, that's a gangster quality in Jonesy. So I got to say again, one more time, that Walker was phenomenal in a lot of the interactions. His clever lines, his quick liners just add to the overall, just, the goofiness that makes me laugh, makes me feel good. So Walker is a phenomenal character on the show. What can we say? That game that they played, turn around, hear a noise and you bang or whatever. Definitely, it's going to be weird. I know it's going to be kind of weird, but man, I was feeling like I was in some Squid Games for a moment without the action that happens on Squid Games. If you haven't watched that, definitely check that shit out. Because that first game there was reminding me of that girl turn around and then that shit without the repercussions that happen on that stuff. So I loved Godfrey in that moment because he can't hear shit anyway. His hearing isn't the best. Everybody creeping up on him. Beautiful. Why? I had a feeling. My man's just taking a nap and shit. He's comfortable in that chair. So this is another cool thing, funny moment. Everybody creeping up. And then you got, Wilson in the moment there. And, Mannering's like, and back troops. I got this essentially. And then bam, you know what I mean? Tap, tap, bang. He got that sucker quick. I didn't know it was you, sir. Shit, he probably knew, man. Wilson is a very keen kind of guy, man. He's definitely a smart dude. I love how he undermines Mannering throughout the show, man. Throughout the series, a lot of these episodes. Again, that last line that he did at the end was brutal, and I love it, man. So another phenomenal episode. When this notice happened, and he's like, read it, telling Wilson to read that shit, and you're trying to figure out why the hell. And then it was, conscientious objector, So he had his beliefs essentially, and the story with the mice, and it made you think and shit like that. So it was a real moment there that obviously it was believable. Anything like that can happen. You know, you change your heart. But man, here's the question: was Mannering too harsh? Because he said a lot of things, and he felt like he just like dropped everything besides the coffee. And yeah, I mean, excuse me, the tea bit where he makes a lot of the tea, and you're realizing how much tea this guy's making and providing, etc. For the crew. And obviously, he's making the best tea. Pike can't make no tea for shit. Yeah, was Mannering too harsh on him? You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments down below. I mean, it feels like if I'm a part of the platoon, which we feel week in and week out, that I'm like, these guys just like almost trying to cut ties really quickly on this guy. You know, he gave his 2-week notice. Great line by Mannering with the Sainsbury bit there. This ain't Sainsbury. You know, so that was cool. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just enjoying the show. This one definitely made me feel more, you know, up in the blues. You know, like I was feeling real sad because just the notion that Godfrey was crying, that shit broke me. If I would have saw that shit, I don't know, maybe some tears going down the face and stuff, like, because he's a good character, an innocent kind of dude that, you know, who would have knew he done all this crazy stuff like that, saving people, going into no man's, you know, kind of territory, and at least that maybe puts a little bit more respect on his name for these guys. I love the ending bit too, with everyone coming in, grouping together, flowers. Hey, I got you a bottle of liquor, liquor and shit, the smallest bottle possible, but I thought that counts. Got some tea, everybody just showing up to show their appreciation. And Mannering, it takes a big man to kind of essentially apologize. So, phenomenal episode. We don't know what's going to be in store, but one thing is for sure, man, all these characters bring something special to the table. It never gets old the way Pike. It's like my mama wouldn't like me doing something like that. She wouldn't want me to get a splinter, et cetera, et cetera. Those things that he's always bringing up, the mom bit, always cracks me up. So Pike, another phenomenal character. He always tries his best, and that's what makes it funny. So it's been an absolute pleasure. I know I still have plenty more to explore with it, but it has been an absolute blast hanging out, getting to know these characters. Obviously, we have our favorites, but more so, new ones have been growing. Like the characters that I was okay with, they've grown more, to really appreciate them more. Like I gotta say, my man Godfrey's growing on me more, and each of them I really do feel brings something special to the table. Obviously, there's other characters in the background that they don't really get much screen time into it, but man, the main cast is just phenomenal. So, made it this far. I'm enjoying the episode. Made me feel really good. Definitely a roller coaster of emotions on this one. Feel sad and happy, et cetera, et cetera. And just the lines are great. What they get into. We gotta say, my man, we haven't even chimed in on the warden. The warden was great on this episode there. Guys, why was he grabbing his dick, man? Guys, let me know in the comments down below. You seem to enjoy that maybe way more than I imagined, because he was smiling his shit, man. He went to grab the jewels, man. No damn hesitation. And that's why we like Jonesy coming out, back ass up, essentially, ass backwards. That was cool. I forgot something. And he's like, no, you're not. You're not going anywhere. So that was a crazy moment. The warden definitely has his moments. The box scenario, it almost felt like when you were watching, like, I don't know, Olympics or some sort of shit. You got the first, second, and third place. You got Mannering in third place there, and this guy gonna go up to the first spot and when Mannering was like, oh, higher thing, he's like, oh shit, this guy. That was a crazy moment there. So obviously, if you can't tell, loving this show. I look forward to week. These characters are a blessing, and I bless you all for just watching and hanging out. Thank you for just kicking it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Absolutely free to do. I can literally go on and on and on about why I enjoy this show, but hopefully it's apparent. Hopefully you know that. We're enjoying the show, and if I didn't enjoy the show, I wouldn't continue the show, ladies and gentlemen. So let that be known. This is one hell of a show. Thank you guys. Enough of my shit. Enough of my yapping. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for kicking it. Peace out, homies. Peace.